Coach, in 1983, your team, the Miami Hurricanes, won a national title. And I look back and I look at the schedule. You were able to defeat Nebraska in the Orange Bowl. They were the number one team in the country, and everybody considered the Miami Hurricanes the best team in college football and were the consensus national title. Talk about that 1983 season. What was so special about that team?
Well, it was special because of what they had done in the previous 4 years. And some of those that were in that previous 4 years graduated before they got to play in that 1983 game. And but they were, on that night when we beat the greatest football team ever put together, by most people's thinking, and winning the first bowl game, major bowl game Miami ever had won. And to be in the Orange Bowl in the 50th anniversary of the start of the bowl game, it was electric. But the kids came together. I took a leaf out of Coach Bryant's philosophy, and that is make sure you condition your players better than their opponents, and make sure they know it. They know they're in better condition, so that they go out there with a sure attitude that if they're better conditioned and that they prepare harder and longer, and they're better prepared, that odds are that they're going to win. And you can't win. You can't have a winning championship team without that kind of a mental attitude. And if you're going to get into a dynasty, that has to carry over from team to team, because you lose seniors, you bring in freshmen, and the process is rejuvenated year after year after year, just like they're doing at the University of Alabama and in the Saban era. It's a tribute to the coaching staff. It's a tribute to the administration, and it's a tribute to the players that come and play together and play for their beloved alma mater.
Coach, you won the national title. Here recently, the Auburn Tigers have decided that they're also going to claim the 1983 national title. How does that make you feel?
Flabbergasted. I don't see how they I've not heard that. Where did you hear that?
Well, it's on their website. They started claiming 1993, 83, and 1913. They claim 83 as a national title win, and it's I can send you a link on the website.
Send me a link. I don't know how the hell they got nobody supporting that. It was a unanimous decision to make us number one. And I didn't hear anybody from Auburn saying anything about it.
Well, it was a quiet thing. They put it out there and sort of step back and see the reaction. And, we've had a couple of college football analysts on it, and they've talked about 93 and 83.
What are they going to do? They're going to override the people that for the last 100 years have decided who's the national champion. They're going to do it by subversive intercession. You can't just go out and say we're number one.
Well, but Coach, I don't want you to say this. I'm going to say this. They do things quite differently at Auburn. I mean, you coached in Tuscaloosa. Auburn is a unique place, and they.
Yeah. Well, I love the Auburn fans. I mean, they were great fans, and they've had great football teams. And Jesus, I don't know why they would even think about making a statement like that. If they did, I don't know if they did. If they didn't, then I don't cuss anybody.
Well, Coach, when I saw it, I looked at 83. I looked at your quarterback, Bernie Kosar, and you rolled off 11 wins straight in a row. You beat the number one team in college football in Nebraska in the Orange Bowl, and you were.
And the people that are appointed to determine who the number one made it a unanimous decision.
Well, and that's what everybody has told us as well. So we've had national college football analysts that have talked about it, And a lot of us, it just doesn't connect the dots because we know 83 belongs to the Miami Hurricanes. Howard Schnellenberger was the coach. And I guess that's what we've been sort of looking at. And just that's why I wanted to get your thoughts, because you had the best team in college football, and I don't think that anybody should discount that by sharing a national title or giving up.
We may not have had the best football team, in that year. But on that night, we beat the best football team there was, and we had as good a record as anybody that was there. So it didn't take them. They didn't have to take time out and go back and recount the votes. They had the votes there right when I walked out the next morning down in the Orange Bowl and got the call and got the TV people all out there, and we're on USA Today or whatever that morning show was. And the whole country celebrated with us.
Well, and I think the rest of college football recognizes what Miami accomplished in 1983.